by consuming some fish, meat, and animal product, you can expose yourself to disease infections. Do you know? You don't know? Wow, come closer. This video is for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the outro of love in the last video, the reintroduction of this channel. And if you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a channel where we talk about everything healthy, what you eat, how to live a healthy lifestyle. In the next few weeks, we are going to be discussing about zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic disease is one of the interesting topics and highlights in public health. Zoonotic diseases are majorly infectious diseases that are transmitted from humans to animals and from animals to humans. We have various types, we have various forms. We have those that are transmitted by bacterial organisms, by viral organisms, and by fungi organisms. So today we're going to be discussing one of the zoonotic disease that is endemic in Africa, which is the zoonotic tuberculosis, also called bovine tuberculosis. Zoonotic tuberculosis is a disease condition that is caused by the Mycobacterium bovis, which is a subspecies of the Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The reservoir host, that is the animal that carries this bacterial organism, is cattle. It also could be found in some other small ruminants and wildlife animals, but majorly in cattle. It can be spread through 3 different means to humans. Number 1 is inhalation of aerosols or droplets from infected cattle, and people predisposed to this form are those that work closely with animals, those that work closely with cattle especially. Ensure that if you are an abattoir worker, you are a veterinary doctor yourself, you are an herder, you are a farmer in livestock, majorly small ruminants and large ruminant cattle, ensure that you protect yourself from this infection. 2, it can also be transmitted by consumption of unpasteurized milk and milk products. 3, it can be transmitted by consumption of infected meat and meat products, which is where we're going to be dwelling on today. The major parts of the meat products that is affected with Mycobacterium bovis are the internal organs, majorly the lungs. How do you know an infected lungs with bovine tuberculosis? Watch the video. Here is the video of the tuberculosis infected lungs I condemned at the abattoir. You can see those yellow-like nodules. When you see this, just know that this is a TB lungs and do not buy. From the video you just watched, you can see the classical lesion of a TB infected lungs, from cattle. That video was from a cattle that I condemned at the abattoir, and you can see those yellow-like nodules, yellowish hard nodules. When you go to the market and you want to purchase your meat, that is what you look out for. It is not only the lungs this infection affects, it literally has extrapulmonary effect, which is that it can spread to other internal organs, the liver and all of that. One of my senior colleagues, my colleague actually showed me a video of a lungs that they condemned in the abattoir he works, and literally the whole internal organs were affected, the rib cages, the liver, everything. They had to condemn literally all the internal organs. I decided to add the video so you can have a graphical picture of a cattle infected TB lungs, and when you go out to get your meat product, you can be more intentional about what you buy. So when you see a lungs like that, just know that it's a no buy. And healthy lungs is always soft and succulent, but when you see a lungs that has those lesions, you can also feel it when you want to purchase it. When you start feeling things that are like stone, that are stony in nature, that are hard in the lungs, you say no, please just excuse yourself from that vendor and go somewhere else. The World Health Organization has a report that 1.9 million deaths occurs yearly from tuberculosis, both the zoonotic and the human tuberculosis, and in 5 years time from the COVID year it would increase to 6.3 million. That is huge, that is a lot, and that is why we have to be intentional about what we consume. When you begin to see these signs and symptoms, please report to a nearby hospital. When you begin to cough, constantly, when you have fever, weakness, weight loss, and internal illness, please kindly report to an human hospital so you can be taken through, TB blood test or TB skin test and treated accordingly. But I'm here to talk about the preventive measures you need to put in place to avoid, coming down with any of these diseases. As a public health practitioner, one of my main, responsibility is to create awareness and ensure that preventive measures are put in place, by each and every one of us against, these diseases. One of the preventive measure is to ensure that you do not buy infected lungs and infected internal organs with TB. From the video, you have seen what it looks like, and I'm sure that if you go to a market or you go to a meat shop or wherever you buy your meat, when you see this, you know it. That is number one. If you would buy meat, kindly buy them from trusted meat quality companies or supermarkets that literally sell these meat products. For example, ShopRite. Sometimes when I want to buy pork, because pork carries a lot of zoonotic disease also, if not well inspected and all of that. So when I want to buy pork, if I'm not able to go to the abattoir, I buy them in ShopRite. So you can buy them from any other supermarket you find around you that you are sure that their products are quality checked. 2, do not take unpasteurized milk products. I know quite a number of persons take this thing they call fura, especially in the Hausa region. Fura is an unpasteurized milk product and it has the capacity to transmit bacterial infections to you. Aside from Mycobacterium bovis, you can also it can also cause salmonellosis, with pasteurellosis, food poisoning majorly. So ensure that you're not taking all those roadside. Even if you are craving it, please go and buy peak milk or go and buy condensed milk or something. Just ensure that you're not taking unpasteurized milk products. 3, if you are an abattoir worker or you are someone that have close ties or close range with animals, ensure that you put in proper checks to your health. If for example, as a veterinary doctor, I wear my nose masks at the abattoir. If you are a farmer, when your cattle are probably coughing or sneezing, try to create a distance between yourself and them, because those aerosol droplets from their coughs could also be carriers of the bacterial organism if that cattle is already infected, right? That's 3. Lastly, contact your veterinary doctor for quality checks. I do consultancy services. I offer consultancy services to restaurants, hotels, companies that want to buy meat products in bulk and do not have that quality check yet. So if you need my service, I will drop my email in the description box. We could collaborate and talk business. It is important that every restaurant, every hotel, and every eatery, no matter how small, even to the canteen, has a veterinary doctor that inspects their meat product, at least that quality checks it, even after buying them from wherever you bought them from, to ensure that those, especially the internal organs, they are safe for consumption, even though there are diseases that affect the muscles. But today we are focusing on the internal organ, with tuberculosis as our major point of call, because it is one of the major disease that is spread among humans in Nigeria, from consuming meat, cattle especially. So that brings us to the end of today's session. Hope you enjoyed the video, even though I know I was really serious at some point, because it's a serious matter. Zoonotic tuberculosis must be eradicated. I think the World Health Organization has a goal of 2035 now, So it's a serious matter, and I really would love that we put in, everything that has been discussed into practice. And I would love to even get feedbacks. If you probably went to market and you saw a TB lungs, just let me take the picture, and you could just always send to me. I'll drop my email, like I said, in the description box, and so you could reach out to me. You have questions, drop it in the comment section. You have collaborations, business that you need help with, you could always send me an email and all of that. Thank you so much, and kindly subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. I know you did, but I'm going to give you that benefit of doubt. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, spread the news, share with your friends and family, and yes, we'll see you in the next 2 weeks. Yes. Bye.